right, guys, I am here at the Mobile Market, the supermarket on wheels, with Jeff Bogata and Rose Carter. Now, this was your guys' vision. This is like something. Tell us a little bit about why this is and what you guys do.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Jeff and I have been working a long time with the pop-up markets.
Okay.
And so, and using also the garden where Jeff is at. And so we were standing there looking at the garden, and we sort of thought about, wait a minute, the people are coming to us, and it's still a hard time. So what about us taking the grocery store to the people?
That's so cool.
Yeah, because there are so many, you know, we are a desert, a food desert.
Yeah.
And so Jeff and I looked at it, and I said, let's have a grocery store on wheels. And Jeff said,
obviously. So Jeff, can you explain a little bit? No, wait, real quick before I go. Rose Carter, you are the founder of Action.
No, I am not the founder.
You're not the founder.
I am
Okay.
the executive
director. But the mobile market was your idea.
Action. Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
And then Jeff Bogata, you tell us. I know what you do, but go ahead and introduce what you do.
Sure. So Flying High Incorporated gives opportunities for people to make their lives better. And we do that through a lot of workforce development activities where individuals maybe that are coming out of incarceration or out of recovery can have opportunities to really to get a skills credential and to get marketable for employment and then get into good careers and jobs. And so this just fed right into what we do, because we have individuals that are in that workforce development process that are acclimating to the workforce and learning skills as they volunteer, or not just volunteer, but they also, as part of their program, earn training stipends as they work on the mobile market. And,
okay.
And so this is all part of the process.
Look at that.
As developing them while it's giving them an opportunity to get back to the community.
Love that. I love when great organizations come together and then just explosions of greatness happens. All right, so can you show us, well, before you show, I kind of like pan around to what this is. If they see this mobile market, can they just stop, or do they have to make an appointment? How does it work?
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
a store.
Yeah, it's a store. It's a grocery store.
Treat it like any store that you would, you would go to. And the magic of this is that it goes to people that can't get to those stores.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can just imagine that you live in a high rise and you're a senior, and maybe you depend upon someone, and the only thing you have close to you maybe is a corner store, and they don't have a good selection of fresh produce.
Yeah.
Well, they are very grateful for this opportunity.
I think that's the thing that amazes me is your selection of produce and meats and eggs. It's not just dry goods, which sometimes like that's people put in like the boxes, the share boxes is just a bunch of dry goods. I'm not downplaying that,
no,
but like,
I understand.
The fact that you guys have cheeses, you guys have milk, eggs, sometimes you have produce. Look at this, guys. Seriously, I'm coming back around. Look at this meat, drumsticks, all this produce. Look at this. Yeah. It's incredible. Okay, so do you guys...
one of the things is anybody can shop on the truck.
Okay.
So even though if we're just at a high rise or if we're downtown on the square, anyone, it does not have to be, it's mainly the most vulnerable people, but everybody is in a food desert.
Yeah.
So you can use your SNAP card, you can use your vouchers, you can use debit card, credit cards, cash, whatever.
Wow.
So there's no age limit or income limit to what we do, except for those that we have a voucher program.
Okay.
And that voucher program is a part of the Mahoning County Commissioners, and they gave us $150,000 for those that would be able to apply for those vouchers.
Okay, so let's just say somebody needs to apply for a voucher. Do they do that when they come, or do they do that online, or how does that work?
They just come. When they come, Eileen, who is our Mahoning County Mobile Market person, they just sign up with her. They will get coupons, and I think the coupons were for 12 months, $25 per month.
Okay.
And it'll go to, what is it, May or June?
Wow.
Right. And so right now, we also got vouchers from Mercy Health.
Okay.
$25, and they'll be able to just shop. So that's where the income level
comes in to get a little extra.
And I think the other thing that's important for people to know is that our prices here are very reasonable. They are fair market or below. And the other thing is, in this day of inflation, and everything is up. My gosh, I can't believe we're paying for price of eggs when we're playing.
I cannot believe that. Yeah.
We're still below that price.
Yeah,
so
I see that.
We're able to get more things for a better dollar, out here.
So cool. I love what you guys are doing. And then here we are today. I mean, I could just go on. Like, I know, Jeff, I'm familiar with some of the people who've gone through your program. So incredible. And you have a nutrition program there too, to teach people the value and benefits of nutrition. Phenomenal. So what we're doing here today, though, is another facet of action. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is inside, right?
That's
the
inside.
Dress for Success. So I'll show pictures
Dress to succeed.
Dress to succeed.
Yes.
Okay, and go ahead and tell us. I'll just show pictures in there, but go ahead and tell us what that is.
Action is a little over 20-some years old, and we have been very fortunate and appreciative to be in different churches. In their basements and wherever, but we needed to expand and we needed a place of our own.
Okay.
And so we were able to secure this building.
Got it.
And this is where Action and Dress to Succeed. We'll have our monthly meetings, we'll have our task forces, we'll have our clergy caucus meetings here. Everything that we need to do in order to work on the issues that plague our community.
Got it.
That's what we
That's
will do
amazing.
Here. Yes.
Okay. And Dress to Succeed is for people trying to get back into the workforce who might not have the clothing to present themselves.
Exactly.
In that way? Okay.
Just want to tell you a little bit about Dress to Succeed.
Okay, yeah, we could go inside and talk about it.
Yeah, go in.
Real quick, before you guys walk away, I know you guys do a lot of good for the community. Do you have any words for Youngstown Click or the greater Youngstown community or this whole region? Like, just, is there a message, like a resounding message that you would like to share?
Like Rose, I've been born and raised in Youngstown.
Yes.
And we've always seemed to struggle, and we've always seemed to be like behind the curve economically. And I think the message that we want to get out there is hope in Youngstown, and there has never been more economic opportunity and more jobs available and more people to help than there is right now.
Come on.
And we really want people to see that, and we want them to go out and take that opportunity and use it to get themselves to the next place.
Ditto.
That's phenomenal. All right, let's head inside. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Come on. Please bring it back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bring what you have. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right, guys, so here we are on the inside of Action headquarters, and we're upstairs, which is where the most of the action takes place. Is that correct?
All of the action takes
All of the
place
action,
here.
okay.
It's a place where we will have our board meetings, our clergy meetings, our core team meetings, our task force meetings.
Okay.
But this is where the work of action will take place.
Got it.
And we have like a task force. What we did, we have probably a little over 28 organizations and churches that are part of Action.
Okay.
We're a nonprofit, and we're also faith-based, so we're clergy-driven.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and so when we say faith-based, we're not talking about Christian.
Okay.
We're talking about Lutherans. We're talking about Catholics. We're talking about Baptists, Church of God in Christ. Whatever your faith is, that's what Action is all about.
Okay, driven by those principles.
Those absolute values and principles.
Okay.
And so what has happened, Debbie, we have been able to work on the Eastern Gateway Community College.
Okay.
We were excited to take a little over 5,000 signatures to Governor Strickland at the time
Okay.
to get the college here.
Really? Eastern Gateway?
Eastern Gateway.
Really?
And so
Okay.
now Eastern Gateway is on our board. Yeah, our daily is on our board.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we're excited about
Now, what's different about Eastern Gateway that you had to like lobby to get it here?
Well, one of the things is everybody, YSU is excellent. Other colleges are excellent. But everybody is not a YSU. Everybody is not a other big college, Spelman, whatever.
Okay.
But a community college allows the community and others that maybe can't get into or don't want to get into the upper colleges.
Okay.
Yeah, the full. Then they will go to a community college.
Okay.
When we looked at it, the community college was way over in Canton.
Got
And
it.
that was not good for our people.
Local people, right.
Local people. So we started one, helped to start one in Trumbull County, and then one over here in Youngstown.
Wow, look at that. You never know who's behind the scenes making things happen.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay.
The other thing we looked at is safety. We looked at gun control. So we worked with making sure that there was background checks and that there for the guns.
Okay.
So we did that. We looked at anything of injustices, and that's what we work on.
Okay.
We come together as a group, and then that task force works on it. Okay.
Got it.
We saw that there were predatory lenders that had houses here in our area, but they lived in big mansions in other areas. So we took a busload down to South Carolina to the owners and made sure that they knew that we were not going to tolerate them in our community.
Wow.
We won that with the help of legal aid and Patty Dugan.
Okay.
So-
now, were they taking the form of like cash advance places or
No,
predatory
it
lending?
was mainly it was like lending as far as housing was concerned. This was housing where
okay.
they were buying houses on land contracts.
Oh my. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then-
a lot of that's a
and
scam.
then, You know, we had one house in Boardman, not Boardman, but on the south side, which was still paying a little over $600 a month. But there was a tree growing up in the house, in the center of the house. So I think if you go back on the Vendy archives, you'll see it.
Oh my.
And so we demanded funds for that particular lender. And then we met with Mayor Brown and made sure that we had an ordinance, packed out City Hall, and had an ordinance against predatory lenders.
Wow.
So that is
that's
on the
great.
books now.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we talked about the food insecurity in the desert.
Okay,
So
and that's where the mobile market and
that's where the
pop-ups have
mobile
come
market
in.
pops
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Very, very
those
cool.
are the things that we do.
Nice. Now I know your daughter leads the Dress to Succeed.
Exactly.
But if somebody were to need that type of thing, where they were to need like the clothes that to present themselves in better and stuff, do they make an appointment? How does that whole work?
They call this number.
Okay, and then they could come in
And they can
kind of
come
look
in.
through the selection. Okay.
Yeah. They can look through the selection. Different agencies can send people, and anyone can come.
That's awesome.
And then you sign up. We'll dress you. One of the things is we go to the schools and different places and put on little style shows to make sure that when you're doing a job interview that you know how to dress.
Yeah, right. That makes a huge difference.
Exactly. And now what we're doing is a lot of times you got the clothes, but you don't have any lipstick, you don't have any powder, no makeup.
Yeah.
Maybe you need some toiletries and things like that. But you don't have that funds to be able to buy
Yeah.
it. So now what we're doing is setting up a pantry where you can come and get some of those, and even jewelry.
That's
Some of the
so
things
beautiful. That's
so
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all
Debbie,
the
those
details.
are the things that we do.
Well, thank you so
Yes.
much for taking the time to show us
Absolutely.
about this very active organization in our community, seeing a need and fulfilling it. And thank you so much for what you do. And
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you.